Hey, what is going on, ladies and gents? Eddie Harvey here from TradeWithEd.com. All right, guys, let's talk about what are pips in Forex trading. So what pips are, guys, in the technical term, is the unit of measurement that expresses the change in value between a currency pair. So what does that really mean? Pips, in layman's term, guys, breaks down to how we make money in Forex. Pips is the movement. It's what we calculate to determine how much we earned on a trade, okay, or a loss on a trade. So when you hear people talking pips, guys, pips is what equates to what money is when it comes to Forex trading. So if you somebody say, hey man, I caught 50 pips on that trade, or I lost 50 pips, that's determining how much they won or lost. But yeah, it's pretty vague. So, but how does that determine what the actual dollar amount breaks down to? So what I want to talk about really quickly are the different types of what we call lot sizes. And these lot sizes determine, combined with pips, determine how much money you made. Now, your lot size is determined by, for most, your account size. So how much money do you have? How much disposable income do you have in a trading account? That's going to determine the lot size that you're using. All right, so let me break a few things down. So there are different type of lots. You have what's called a micro lot, okay? A mini lot and a standard lot, all right? So let's look at it like this. A micro lot is equals 0.01, okay? Now, the way you determine this to figure out what that equates to, I'm not the most super technical dude. All I know is that you take that 0.01, right, and you multiply it by 10, and that's going to determine how much a micro lot is worth. Same thing with a mini lot. A mini lot is equivalent to 0.10, and a standard is equivalent to 1.0. Now you got to multiply all of these by 10. So a micro lot, 0.01 times 10, right? That's going to come out to 10 cents per pip. A mini lot, 0.10 times 10. Now you're talking about $1 per pip, okay? A standard lot, 1.0 times 10. You're looking at $10 per pip, all right? Now, brokers have something called leverage, okay? And you can pick a certain leverage inside of a broker. Then you can deposit your money, guys, and doing things the right way, right? Some brokers will not allow you to go past a certain leverage point to where you're over leveraging your account, meaning you don't have enough money in your account to cover the lot size you're trying to do. Some brokers let you get out of control depending on the leverage you're picking, and some brokers have tighter leverage, and in some it's like you got to pick what you feel is a right type of leverage. So, but they won't let you get out of control in your account, meaning if you only have $100, they're not going to let you trade a standard, okay? Because now your account cannot handle if let's say if you enter a trade and you get into a buy on a trade and that trade goes against you, right? And then you start getting what's called drawdown, meaning the trade is going in the negative. If you got $100 in your account and you're trying to do $1 per pip and that trade goes down 50 pips or something, then boom, right there alone off that one trade, you could potentially, if you don't have what's called a stop loss in place, you could put yourself in a position to where you can lose 50% of your account or potentially blow your account. It just depends. So the broker's part of the job is to put you in the best position to where you have good leverage and good balance and you're trading the right way. So a good rule of thumb is you want to do 0.01 for every $100, okay? So let's say if you had a $100 account, you should be trading micro lots, meaning you should be trading 0.01, which is 10 cents per pip. Okay, now it might seem like small, but look at what you have in your account. Now here's through the power of compounding, $100 account in 3, 6, 9, 12 months can look totally different. That's a whole nother video. But let's just give an example of how this breaks down. Let's say if someone said, hey, I caught 50 pips on a trade. How would this look? If you were trading a micro lot, just keeping it at 0.01, it was 10 cents per pip. So you got 50 pips, right? Now, if you break that 50 pips down on a micro lot, 10 cent times 50 pips, right? Hey, that's $5 you just made. Profit is profit, right? $1 times 50 pips, that's $50 you just made, right? $10 times 50 pips, that's $500 you just made. So when you start looking at it like this, guys, let's just say even if you took, let's say the $100 account, if you put in 50 pips, guys, and you made $5, you just grew your account by 5%. So now, if you were growing your account by 5% per day, let's say in a week's time, you just grew your account by 25%, guys. Okay, that's huge. It might not seem like it, but that's huge, guys. When you look at money sitting in a bank, and I forgot what type of account, I'm just being honest. And I think it's what IRA account or whatever. I think the growth your money only sees, guys, is like a 1% growth for the year or something like that. If you're talking about where you can put yourself in position, guys, to grow your account at 5% per day, that's powerful. Even if it was only at, let's say, 30 pips, at 3% per day, that's still 15% for the week. If you did that for a month, let's say 5 solid trading days in a week, 15% a week in a month's time, you grew your account by 60%. That's powerful. So when you look at this, guys, this is how pips break down. And so if you ever hear somebody talking about pips, now, well, you know how much they made? No, they were talking about pips. But this person, they could have started with an account that only had $100. They could have started with an account that had $1,000. Someone could have started with an account that had $10,000 or more. Because now you can even go higher, guys. If you were doing, just imagine if you had someone doing, if they were doing 10 standards, okay? Instead of 1 standard, they're doing 10 standards, right? So that would be them equivalent to them making what, $100 a pip. And if they made 50 pips on that, that's $5,000 right there. Someone could have made off of 1 trade. So Forex, guys, is powerful. So when you talk pips, imagine that being 100 pips. That's $10. That's $100. That's $1,000. That's $10,000. So it boils down to, when you hear people talking pips, guys, this is how pips are calculated. This is what pips are. And when it comes to what those pips equate to in money, this is just giving you an example. Obviously, if it was, that's 10 cents, and if it was 20 cents, then it would double. 20 cents per pip, okay, 50 pips, that's $10, and so on and so on and so on. Simple math, but very powerful. And a small amount in Forex, guys, over time, part of trading is patience. A small amount over time, guys, can take you a long way if you stay consistent with it. And that's one of the things I let people know, guys. Listen, the rule of thumb is that the patient trader, the impatient trader pays the patient trader, guys. But what Forex comes down to with pips is all about, obviously, if you have a larger account, you're going to see larger results faster, okay? Smaller account, your results are going to come, but it's going to take more time to grow. And through the power of compounding, you can get some very powerful results. So just wanted to break this down, guys. I hope you all found value in this video. Listen, if you want to learn more about pips, guys, and how you can catch pips, how you can utilize products to help you earn while you're learning, simply go to tradewithed.com for more information. Guys, if you found value in this video, do me a huge favor. Hit the like button. And if you want to see more of my content, past, present, and future, go ahead and subscribe to my channel. Thank you guys so much for watching. I will talk to you all later. Take care and have a great day.